Hi guys, my name is Mille and welcome back onto the hunt for the McLaren Speedtail. As you've seen in the title, we will talk today about the Ginetta Akula, which is the main card of the third part out of 5 of the Best of British. First, I'll talk some more about the prologue, followed up by the main event and its difficulty level, and to close off, what the future brings. It was kind of surprising to see the event pop up on the map 2 days ago, but it follows the same pattern as the first 2 parts. To start off with, we have a 15 races long prologue, followed by a 50 races long main event. Unlike last time, however, the prologue does not reward cash anymore on the first slot, but 3 relevant Ginetta uncommon fusion parts. Alongside that, you can also get 5 rare fusion parts, which can always come in handy. The other prizes are a car again, this time the BAC Mono, a tier 5 5-star car, and a stage 6 part which will hopefully be put to some good use. Like the other prologues, the only requirement your car has to match is that it has to be from a British manufacturer, so there is plenty of choice. If you, surprisingly, don't have one yet, feel free to head over to Rare Imports to try out your luck on the 200 silver keys British crate, rewarding you 1 3-star or up British car. As last 2 times I used the McLaren F1 and the Aston Martin Vulcan, I could not use them again in this event, so I decided to run with the 650S Liberty Walk, which is also a sweet ride. In short, the prologue event is rather easy, so it should be of no problem to get the stage 6 part and the BAC Mono. But watch out, again, this rewarded car has less fusion parts compared to its actual 5-star counterpart. It comes as if it's a 0-star with only 98 fusion slots, while in reality it should be a 5-star with 128 fusion slots. I really hope by next time they actually fix it when the car is rewarded, so either strip it from its stars or give it the right amount of fusion slots. Going on to the main event, we see the identical setup to the last 2 rounds. 50 races with 2 lock-ins like a Duality Cup, spreading over relay, sprint and speed trap races. The rewards are also the same, with 3,175,000 cash, which is a nice stash, 320 gold coins, which is again on the lower hand, 770 bronze, 100 silver and 10 gold keys, followed up by 24 uncommon, 9 rare and 6 epic fusion parts spread over the BAC and the Ginetta, and 1 stage 6 part which is won on race 43, being a relay race, but you'll need some decent amount of fusion parts to actually get to this race. For the first lock-in, it will be the BAC Mono, which is an amazing, quite special car. It has a weird nature of allowing high evo points on low fusion parts, but it is also the first lock-in that cannot be bought with cash or gold like we had with the Vanquish and the F-Type, making it perhaps an even harder event. Again, if you do have another BAC that has the right number of fusion slots, make sure you don't mess them up. As for difficulty level, I have to say I'm pretty happy with this. The hardest race was on race number 47, as I was able to beat it comfortably with a 98 fusion slot BAC. I used this one as the Ginetta on my main account is still waiting for its parts to get delivered, meaning I had to use my dummy account, which didn't have the BAC Mono yet, meaning I was forced to use the bad one. As I don't have the car maxed on my main account, I will only be able to give the tune that I ran on the 98 fusion slots version. The tune, however, is very alike, as you can use this one as a reference perhaps on the other one, when maybe trying to mess around with the final drive to put it more towards 2.0. This is a tune that I ran and the hardest time for the BAC, which again was very doable. Onto the Ginetta, which is obviously for the second slot. The Ginetta Akula is a car like no other. It has one of the angriest designs I have ever seen, and the first thing you think of when seeing this car is its resemblance to a shark, definitely with the gills on the side. Ginetta cars has always been known on the racing scene for its small scale production of racing cars, with all of them having the same mindset design. A long front end, with a short rear, with perhaps the exception of the G60, which is more like a mid-engine based model. There are of course road cars made by them, but their main focus really seems to be put onto the racing aspect, which they have extended into owning a team in the LMP1 series. Back to the Akula, the car was introduced in Geneva earlier this year, and I have to say it is something quite special. The name Akula is Russian for shark, which brings me back to the main design philosophy behind the car. It is perhaps not the prettiest car out there, but its sharp edges do give it more of an aggressive look. The Akula is a 600 brake horsepower supercar. Although it might seem like it's heavily front engine based, it actually is a mid-engine setup with an all-carbon monocoque and bodywork to reduce its weight to a mere 1,150 kilograms. For now, the car is pretty much still a bit unknown, but if you want to get one in real life, you can buy it already for £283,000. In-game it comes as a new manufacturer, and you will have to pay for it. Luckily not as much, but still a vast amount. When trying to purchase it, the bundles pop up again. As I'll be getting 8 free crates over the next couple of days, I always skip on the additional fusion parts, so I get the cheapest bundle. The car has been brought to the game tremendously well once more, maintaining its aggressive look, but as it is a new manufacturer, it can still be considered as rather slow until fusion parts start to stream in. When thinking about the difficulty level, it can be said it was stepped down from the Noble, but not enough in my opinion, and later more on that. First, a show view on the hardest sprint race, which could have been won more comfortably with retuning, so it should be of no issue. And then the speed trap race, which also seemed to be easy enough to not require a fully built car. Going on to the final race, I'm curious what the final time will be. Keep in mind, I'm using a fully built version on my dummy account, as my main is still waiting for the delivery of the parts. Here's a tune and my final time. So a time of 8.6, which to me is still on the difficult side for a brand new manufacturer. I would prefer to see times such as 9.0 to 9.2 to make it still edgy but doable after claiming your free crate daily, and perhaps add one on top of that. The fun is not as skilled as the 8.3 of the Noble, and this car is indeed slightly faster, but it still is a very hard event which has a paywall as the only way to get around it basically. Either put down the final time a tad more or add more parts which can be useful. It is definitely an improvement to the Noble as the difficulty of the car is lower and the car is faster too, so it is a step in the right direction. Does it mean it is worth it? Well, this time I won't say yes or no, because it is fully up to you. It is a decent car, it's good looking, it will be hard to upgrade though, and it is only a 7.3, meaning it gets smoked by other cars online, which cost the same price if they come around, and they might be easy to upgrade, like for example the upcoming Voiture Noire. Unless they fix lobby time slots, like right now running a 6.9 up to 7.7, there is no point in maxing this car out. So I will stay fully neutral on this one. It is up to you, but know that you will need extra crates. However, not as many as a Noble, unless you have absolute terrible luck. What does the future have in store for us? Well, there are 2 more events left in this series, and the cars are already taken from under the covers in the showroom, meaning we can expect them in this update being in the next 5 to 6 weeks. The final 2 cars will be the Ultima RS, which will be super fast, and the TVR Sagaris, which has a great color effect. These 2 cars, combined with the Senna, the Noble and the Ginetta, will then be the cars you will have to use to get a chance at winning the gorgeous McLaren Speedtail, which seems to be way ahead of its time, design-wise. The finale, however, I think we will have to wait for up until update 2.10, as there was no mention of it yet on the blog post. But I'm kind of looking forward to the finale, keeping my hype down due to the fear of what happened with the Supra, and it actually may be happening again. Keep in mind, we still have 2 more new manufacturers to go, So we gotta see if the levels are adapted or if they continue to be rather on the difficult side. I think I have given all I can for now on this event. I hope it was useful to you guys. I have to say my last video on the best of British was not as much of a success, so I think the timing of this event is poorly placed, definitely with the Bugattis around it, but it does look a lot better than the Noble in my opinion. The car looks really cool, so I'm kind of liking it. I will close off now. If you enjoyed it, do not hesitate to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this. My name is Mille, keep racing, and cheerio!